right, we have head coach Adrián González. We'll go ahead and start with Jason.
Adrián, thanks for speaking with us. I wanted to ask first about, in the first half, obviously Chicago playing the diamond really super narrow, and it seemed like when Croy dropped off the front line, you were matching them, but it was hard to open the game up. What did you see during that spell, and then how much did that influence switching to the back three and bringing Paige into the match at halftime?
Yeah, I think first half it's been a little bit tough, to be honest, to defend that diamond because they have +1, 4 versus 3, so we couldn't adjust the pressing as we wanted. We wanted to have players in between, and also with Gabi helping a little bit with Rumi, but we were jumping late. Also, their center backs were pretty open, and the distances were long. And I think after that, obviously, we wanted to change because we wanted to defend a little bit different, especially having 3 players inside plus those 2 forwards also protecting a little bit that pass with Maitane, and being more aggressive jumping outside with Gabi and Paige. I think we improved a lot because we were able to, obviously not giving them time, just to play long or to think too much or playing inside easy. It's something that we have to learn. We have to think about it for the future. Sometimes it's difficult to change during the first half because the noise, and you cannot have the opportunity to switch that or to change that during the game. But I think we could address that in the second half, and we improved a lot. Second one.
You mentioned the improvement in the second half. They do get the goal off of the one mistake. Do you look at this as a game where it's like, if we just don't have that one mistake, we walk out with 3 points, or are there things you're thinking of that need to sharpen up to make sure that even with one mistake you have that margin for error?
Yeah, obviously mistake can happen, and that's something that Hal has done a great job and an amazing game. So it's something that we don't need just to focus on that. Obviously, if you can score more goals, I think obviously the game would have been different. Again, we are having chances. I think we had some chances also, especially second half with Paige, some approaches, short corners, so Monday, Sofia. So the thing is, obviously, if you are able to score a second one, maybe the game would have been different, But in this league, we know every game is tough, and when you are just 1 goal ahead, everything can happen. So something that we need to consider. Again, I think it hasn't been a bad game because even though we tied today, we had a lot of things to get from this game, but a big learning as always, not just from the first half, also from the second half.
Coach, el partido de hoy, la dinámica que traiste 3 defensoras atrás. ¿Cuál era el planteamiento que querías llevar contra este equipo Chicago Stars?
Bueno, al final, a nivel defensivo, sabíamos que Chicago es un equipo que tiene tendencia a jugar bastante vertical, bastante directo, encontrando sobre todo a Schlegel para juego aéreo, con situaciones donde le gusta encontrar ahí la peinada y a partir de ahí las 2 extremos, Joseph y Ludmila corriendo. Entonces queríamos estar protegidas con ese 3 más Rebeca un poquito por delante para intentar sobre todo meter a Rebe ahí con Schlegel para ganar ese duelo. Y luego a nivel ofensivo, teniendo la salida de 3 con Kate, Taran y Esme, y luego por delante un poquito con Rebe y Hal, encontrar de alguna manera esas situaciones donde podíamos progresar, o bien con Esme y Kate, también sabiendo que era un equipo que a veces le gustaba saltar dentro, y si saltaban a Rebe o a Hal, ahí podíamos encontrar a Narumi y a Croy, pero bueno, era un poco tener una estructura sobre todo para poder progresar tanto por dentro, por fuera, como por atacando la profundidad también.
Esta semana se dio a conocer la noticia de que cambiaron a McKenna Morris. ¿Cómo se puede encontrar una jugadora como ella que venga de la banca? Partidos como el de hoy, ella pudo haber metido un gol y haber hecho la diferencia.
Bueno, Si lo quieres mirar así, ok. Ella puede haber marcado un gol, también otras. Al final, la situación con McKenna ha sido una situación donde había un acuerdo mutuo por ambas partes. Era algo que ella pues bueno, también había pedido al club y estaba con ilusión de cambiar pues su trayectoria deportiva. Le surgió esa oportunidad y bueno, pues al final también hay que escuchar a las jugadoras en ese caso y tanto para ella como para el club pues se llegó a un acuerdo que era algo positivo para ambas partes y se tomó la decisión.
Gracias.
So Mario, and then back to Annie.
Buenas tardes, Adrián. Quiero preguntarte, ¿qué impresiones te dejó el partido? ¿Qué cosas crees que hizo bien el equipo hoy y qué cosas buscan mejorar ya pensando al final de la temporada?
Bueno, cosas a mejorar, pues como siempre, ¿no? Al final te quedas un poco con un sabor agridulce, es un empate y parece que sabe a derrota, pero al final también hay que valorarlo, ¿no? No es fácil en esta liga ganar, el equipo todavía pues bueno, no ha perdido. Creo que la primera parte pues nos ha faltado un poco ajustar esa presión entre un rival que acumulaba 4 jugadoras por dentro en ese rombo. Entonces, bueno, algo a tener en cuenta de cara a un futuro. Por suerte tenemos margen de mejora y todavía tenemos muchos partidos para solventar esa situación si vuelve a pasar. A partir de ahí, cosas que se ha hecho bien, pues creo que cada partido estamos creando oportunidades, el equipo se muestra ambicioso en ataque, tiene diferentes maneras de atacar, creamos ocasiones, hemos podido otra vez, ¿no?, ganar el partido al final, hoy no ha podido ser, pero creo que el equipo compite hasta el final, tenemos la capacidad de rotar jugadoras, tenemos la capacidad de tener diferentes perfiles y a partir de ahí, pues bueno, sabiendo que en 2 días jugamos otro partido y el domingo volvemos a jugar, pues creo que es importante, ¿no?, tener la versatilidad que tenemos.
La otra pregunta que tengo, hablando un poco de la rotación, ya pensando en el partido contra Vancouver el miércoles, ¿a qué se basó la decisión de tener en la banca a Lacey Santos y a otras jugadoras que usualmente son titulares?
Bueno, en este equipo no hay titulares. En este equipo hay jugadoras que inician la primera parte o inician en la segunda. A partir de ahí, a mí la etiqueta de titular o suplente no me gusta, es algo que no creo y ellas lo saben. Lacey tuvo un problema en el tobillo durante la semana y ha estado toda la semana con dolor. No ha podido entrenar bien y a partir de ahí, lo mismo que decía antes, teniendo la oportunidad de tener pues otras jugadoras disponibles, sabiendo que jugamos un partido en 2 días, no era necesario forzarla y a partir de ahí hemos acordado que podía disputar unos minutos al final para intentar ayudar al equipo, que también era importante y ese ha sido el principal problema, el motivo.
Gracias.
Annie and Andre.
Hi, Adrián. Thanks for speaking with us, as always. The team has had a lot of success this year on corners, and obviously you had a lot today, but weren't able to score on any of the corners. Was there anything about them that you think maybe could be improved on?
Offensive corners, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we are creating chances. We are being pretty dangerous. We know that obviously we can have different options, but I think now emphasizing more the short corners because we are creating numbers. We don't have maybe strong players to cross and be able to win those headings. We have maybe 1 or 2 players that are able to, but we are trying to move a little bit the team because sometimes it's easier to defend when you are just standing still. So once you just play short and you move them, you disorganize them, maybe second or third action, you have more chances. Be able to be a little bit patient because sometimes I think we are crossing too early sometimes and maybe the option is not open, so maybe we need to add an extra pass, but it's not easy because when you are just close to the box, you just want to put the ball there, but I think being a little bit more clinical, deciding also that last pass, if we have to cross, if not, I think that's something that we can improve.
Thanks. And obviously Rebecca Bernal had to come off during the match. Did you have time to get any information about that?
No, I just asked her, and I think someone just stepped on her foot, and it was pretty painful. I don't know. I need to check, but hope it's nothing.
Thank you.
Thanks for speaking with us, Adrián. Wanted to ask about Sofia Cantore. Starting as a 9, we've seen her also play, in inside forward and wide kind of wingers type roles. I want to talk about her performance and, of course, the goal, but also overall her fitting into the team and already being so versatile where you trust her at so many different positions.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week. She's able to play as a 9 alone with another forward. Also, she has experience also playing as a wing, so that's something that we can take advantage. And also now we are emphasizing also different movements, threatening behind, and also dropping in those pockets because she can give us 2 heights. And I think she's getting better every week. We see that she's adapting very, very, very well. Good connection also with players in pockets. She's able to, read when she needs to make the run, when she needs to go wide, and also when we have options to cross, she's always there. And I think that's something that we need. And yeah, she's doing good. Obviously, physically, she's still, getting the rhythm, adapting to the league. But I think every week she's taking steps forward. So pretty positive.
Thank you. And wanted to ask about Abby O'Doon, who made her Spirit debut. Coming back from a loan from Dallas Trinity, what did you see her develop from being on loan with Dallas Trinity? And then also, how do you foresee using her within the team?
Well, if I'm honest, when I first saw her in preseason, I was impressed because I thought that she was able to play with us. She's physically, very strong, athletic, very dynamic also, very mature, hardworking. Obviously, she's young, so sometimes she was running too much, and tactically, I think she needed to improve a little bit to understand a little bit better the spaces. So we decided to give her the opportunity to get minutes, to get exposures, playing. And I think that's been very positive for her and obviously for us because she was very important with Dallas. And, just bringing her back, after McKenna's departure. So we have an extra player there. I think she can play inside in 3 positions. Obviously, able to play also maybe in another position, let's see in the future, because I was talking to her the other day and she's open to play, anywhere. She's very hardworking and very mature, even though she's young. And I think she's going to help us a lot, to be honest, because she's ready to compete. Great debut with a strong personality, asking the ball, being patient enough, getting into the box. We know she's able to tackle, and she can help us a lot.
Thank you.
We'll go over to Roy and wrap with Jimenez.
Hi, Adrián. Thank you for your time, as always. I just wanted to ask, you mentioned Paige as somebody who had a lot of opportunities for you guys in the second half, and you mentioned Gabby and a lot of what she had done. I was curious just about, especially having seen them from the start of the season and through last season, how important players in those sorts of more defensive wing spaces have been just in your system. It feels like they've been improving, or we've seen a lot more of them in these last few games. Like, how much, I would add Kate in there also. Like, how much have you seen them sort of grow or emerge in the new system that you guys are playing?
Yeah, we are demanding that, being, very aggressive, getting into the box, on the weak side, also getting as close as possible, being also brave, to go higher. Defensively also, they are doing a great job jumping outside, so joining the back line. It's not easy because sometimes you have to, make a lot of runs and cover a lot of space, but I think all of them, they are doing a great job. Gabby, Paige, Kate, Courtney, even, she hasn't played there, and she's all now learning how to have more chances. So players who are able to cover a lot of space, and, some of them, they used to play as a midfielder, so that's a strength because sometimes they can go inside, and that's what we want, to be as dynamic as possible, having players able to play in different spaces. So I think that's really, really positive. I'm very happy also for Paige coming from an injury. she's getting better also every week. She is now just getting options, going forward. We know she loves running. And also, I think it's great to have competition between them because, as I was saying, there are no starting players here. I don't like that word. Any player can start. Any player is going to be important. Doesn't matter if you start the first half, the second half. We are going to have a lot of games, and everyone should be able to contribute to the team.
And then the goal that you guys conceded, I know it was a miscue there from Hal, but it seemed like she had a pretty strong game overall. Just sort of, as we get to know even more about you as a coach and your philosophy, like what's your approach to a moment like that where you know that a player, can play pretty well and have a strong game, but to address just when one moment like that happens?
I just gave her a hug and I said that we haven't tied because of that. I mean, as a team, we win, we lost, we tie all together. And I say that I love her and it's going to be fine. I mean, that's she was doing and she's done an amazing game. I mean, we cannot just focus on one detail and, that's the mistake and because of me. No, that's not how we approach the game. So, again, all together, we as a team, we win, we tie, we lose together, and something to learn, obviously, for her, for the team, but that's just a detail. And again, we've played, I don't know, maybe 100 minutes today, so you can get the big picture, you can just get one detail. That's one detail. We could have scored more goals, and if that happened, you win the game, and we wouldn't be talking about this, So that's something that, to me, there's nothing important.
Ok, Adrián, bueno, tú estás diciendo que casi no importa eso, pero estábamos jugando contra Chicago. Chicago está en la posición 13ª de todos los equipos. Nosotros estamos en segundo lugar. Ludmila marcó este gol. O sea, ¿qué fue lo que pasó como equipo? Porque la verdad estábamos esperando más de las Washington Spirit y realmente este empate fue algo como sorpresa para muchos.
Sí, puede ser sorpresa para muchos, pero para los que estamos en el día a día, para mí y para las jugadoras, el staff, no es una sorpresa, porque al final, lo he dicho creo que alguna otra vez, la clasificación para mí no tiene tampoco tanta relevancia. En esta liga cualquier equipo puede ganar y perder contra cualquier equipo. Si queremos seguir fijándonos en la clasificación y pensando que los equipos que están abajo son peores o no van a ganar, nos equivocamos. Vemos a Utah y otros equipos que están abajo y están teniendo puntos. Chicago va abajo y la semana pasada creo que marca 3 goles en 10 minutos, Ludmila marcando 3. Al final, esta liga es tan competitiva que no te puedes permitir detalles o tienes que ser muy consistente, sobre todo en intentar cerrar los partidos pues de la mejor manera posible, porque si vas solo con un gol de diferencia, a veces puede la moneda caer para tu lado, a veces para el rival. Nosotros hemos ganado muchos partidos al final, hoy no ha podido ser, hemos tenido también, y como siempre digo, al final nosotros siempre respetamos al máximo a cada rival, independientemente de cómo vaya la clasificación. Cada partido lo afrontamos igual, centrándonos en nosotras y desde el máximo respeto. Entiendo que mucha gente se deje guiar solo por números o por la clasificación, pero para mí no tiene relevancia.
Y bueno, hablemos entonces algo positivo del día de hoy. Sofía Cantore es una jugadora pues que tiene una trayectoria bastante fuerte. ¿Qué opinas de este gol que nos emocionó a todos aquí en la capital?
Bueno, pues le decía a tu compañero que al final se está adaptando muy bien. Estamos muy contentos pues, con su rendimiento, con su adaptación al equipo. Es una jugadora que es muy versátil. Capaz de jugar como 9 delantera, sola, con otra compañera. Capaz también de jugar como extremo. Tiene la capacidad de... Ahora estamos insistiendo también que venga un poquito a recibir. Ahí encuadrado. Amenace también la espalda de las centrales. Bueno, una jugadora muy, muy versátil. Con capacidad también de asociarse muy buena, y luego estamos viendo que cerca del área es una jugadora muy peligrosa, tiene ese instinto de gol y nos está ayudando muchísimo.
tienes un plan B si llegan a haber más lesiones. Rebeca Bernal, pues yo no creo que se vio bastante mal, la vimos cuando bajó por las escaleras que estaba bastante quejándose y estaba cojeando. Lacey Santos, como lo mencionamos anteriormente, también pues está todavía como medio entrenando algunas veces. ¿Ya tienes un plan B para esa área?
Tenemos un plan B, un plan C y un plan D.
Ok, no hay nada para
Tenemos
preocuparnos.
20 y pico jugadoras disponibles, por suerte, muchos partidos y bendito problema. El hecho de si una jugadora, por lo que sea, no puede estar, ahora tenemos la suerte de poder disponer de más opciones. Entonces yo creo que es algo, evidentemente, no queremos que haya lesiones, pero a veces pasa, hay contactos, o ya pasaba Rebe, esperemos que no sea nada. Pero como siempre digo, al final toda jugadora tiene que estar preparada para competir y hoy hemos dado oportunidades a Paige, hemos dado oportunidades también pues a Deb, ¿no? Hay otras jugadoras que están aportando mucho y viniendo desde abajo y otras que tendrán oportunidades. El miércoles y el domingo jugamos otra vez, entonces por suerte ahora podemos tener mucha más competitividad entre nosotras y eso hace que el equipo crezca.
Thank you, Adrián. Thank you, everyone. We will be back with Corey Bethune and Gabby Carl.
Thank you.